You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Coming up, new information about yesterday's shooting in a Southern California nightclub, what we're learning about the shooter's past.
Plus, Christmas in November. We'll tell you why local businesses are putting up winter holiday decorations just days after Halloween.
And it's much more than just sand castles on the beach. We'll preview this weekend's annual Crystal Classic on Siesta Key Beach. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Love that stuff. Good morning. It is Friday. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jess Dowdrick. We've all made it to the end of the week to see what your weekend forecast is going to look like. Let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, pretty good, I think. Today, it was going to be a lot like yesterday. Yesterday, we got really warm around here with temperatures in the upper 80s. I think we'll do a similar thing again today. Not a lot of rainfall across our area currently. Morning commute should be absolutely rain-free. Don't see any issues there. It's pretty quiet most everywhere. Could be some patchy fog developing this morning over the next couple of hours, especially in inland areas where there was already some heavy rain yesterday. We're looking at temperatures that are generally holding around 73, 74 degrees along the coast and in inland areas, and we're on our way to another warm one with daytime highs in the mid-80s. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right, checking first alert traffic now. Here's the scene in Manatee County. Accident already, I-75 southbound, way up there at exit 224, which is the Ellington exit near the shopping plaza right there, the outlet mall. No residual delays there so far. We'll check that though in 15 minutes. Farther south, Fruitville Road has an issue there already, eastbound as you cross over either Tuttle or Beneva right there. And then farther south, no problems at 501 on your Friday morning. We're learning new details now as investigators comb through a mass shooter's home and car in search of what motivated a former Marine to kill at least 12 people in a California college bar.
Reporter Omar Jimenez has the latest on the investigation near Los Angeles.
I hope people call me insane. Wouldn't that just be a big ball of irony? Yeah, I'm insane. But the only thing you people do after these shootings is hopes and prayers, or keep you in my thoughts every time, and wonder why these keep happening. Those are the last chilling words posted by a mass killer on his Facebook page. Just around the time that he opened fire at the Borderline Bar and Grill. A night that was supposed to be filled with fun, taking a dark turn into a horrifying scene of massacre.
Guys, run! Go! He's coming out this door!
It's a horrific scene in there. There is blood everywhere.
The FBI says the shooter was Ian David Long, a former Marine who opened fire inside the bar, killing at least 12 people before one authority believes taking his own life. The mystery puzzling investigators now is, why did he do it? Right now, they're going through his home, his car, and his belongings in search of clues.
We're hoping to find information that'll help us identify what the motive was for this sick, depraved individual.
Officials say Long had had encounters with police as recently as April, which led to Long meeting with mental health specialists.
These are specially trained individuals that evaluated him and made the determination that he in fact was not. At this point, it's way too early to tell if there were any pre-incident indicators that may have affected this outcome.
In Thousand Oaks, California, I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
Right now, you're looking live at Northern California as a massive wildfire is raging. Crews work to try to put it out at what's being called the campfire. Tens of thousands of people, some even running on foot, fleeing overnight as the fast-moving blaze got closer to busy neighborhoods. At one point, the fire was growing at a rate of 80 football fields per minute. So far, hundreds of structures have been destroyed, and the entire town of Paradise, California, is being ordered to get out. Officials say 2 firefighters have also been injured. Remember, for the latest on breaking news, plus your up-to-the-minute first alert forecast, head over to our app. You can find it in the App Store under WWSB or My Suncoast.
Veterans Day is Sunday and happening today. Sarasota County schools are already honoring heroes with a series of events. Remember that song? Yesterday, Bay Haven School of Basics was the first program to pay tribute to our nation's heroes. Students put on musical performances, and a Vietnam War veteran talked to the kids about the importance of Veterans Day. He told us what he wanted the kids to take away from the event.
I want to talk to them about the flag, respecting the flag, and respecting the veterans. These kids are smart. They may be small, but they're smart. They understand what's going on.
Today there are 4 more events going on at Tatum Ridge, Garden, Englewood, and Lamarck Elementary Schools. And on Monday, Pineview and Ghost Hill Elementary will show their appreciation to our veterans as well. On to consumer news now. Halloween is over, and just like that, the holidays are already here.
Yeah, it seems the retail holiday season started a bit early this year. Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom with a look at whether this is expected to boost sales or draw shoppers out early. Marla.
Hey, Jess and Ray. Yeah, the big question is whether or not it's too early to start decorating for the holidays or even start Christmas shopping. Now, those questions I've been seeing posted on social media, and they've been circulating for a while now, as early as after Halloween. Now, take a look. This is UTC Mall in Sarasota. Today, the mall expects to turn on its lights and also host a list of events to kick off the holiday season. Now, although almost every retail store seems to be jumping the gun when it comes to preparing for the holidays, the mall's marketing director and general manager tells us each year around this time they get their decorations up, so this isn't anything new for them. Now, we asked them what's the purpose behind getting ready before Thanksgiving and right after Halloween. Well, they tell us it's a big way to give back to the community and hopefully draw some big bucks to the mall.
We actually start in the middle of August putting the lights up. It takes significant amount of time and effort to really get all the holiday lights up throughout the entire UTC districts. It's over 1.5 million lights, 70,000 light strands. So as you can imagine, it's a lot of time and effort that goes into it.
It's really to give back to the community, but part of it is to enhance the holiday experience. And that's one of the reasons why we go to all this effort. We put all this time and money into really giving this gift back to the community. But yeah, it does drive traffic to the center, and we all know that more traffic to the center means more business.
Now, UTC plans to kick off the holiday season tonight with a list of events from lights being turned on to ice skating, snow tubing, and even an appearance by Santa, followed by fireworks. Now, guys, according to a study, psychologists say decorating early for the holidays will lift your spirits and even create dopamine and spike dopamine in your body. Back to you guys.
Well, I must have a lot of dopamine then, because I've already decorated for Christmas. I walk in the door, I get excited when I come home.
She put her tree up around Labor Day, I think.
I did not. No. It was last weekend. I have like my garland up, I have my tree, my stockings, all of that. And I'm excited that ice skating is open.
Do you have ice skates?
No, but I can borrow some, right?
You can rent them there. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll have a live preview of the Siesta Key Crystal Classic. What you need to know if you're going to the sand sculpting event this weekend.
And coming up at 5:30, why Governor Scott's campaign is filing lawsuits against 2 Florida counties in response to his Senate race that's still too close to call.
It is 5:07 now on this Friday morning. Here's a shot outside our studios. Love that video. Love that live shot, don't you?
It's absolutely beautiful.
Let's get to the forecast now from First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So everything looks pretty good for the drive time this morning. None of the boxes are checked. They may get a little bit of patchy fog in inland locations. May have a brief shower in inland areas on the way home, but it's not going to be a big deal, I don't believe. We'll have mid-70s on the way to work, mid-upper 70s or maybe low 80s on the way back from work, depending on when you commute. And as far as the airport hubs, there are no delays being reported by the FAA. Complete forecast in a minute.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling midsize car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBP.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less today at your local Honda dealer.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature 73 degrees, dew point value 72. We have nearly 100% relative humidity. It's a nice quiet start to the day, but it's still a little on the humid side with that 72 dew point. Don't want dew points in the 70s at this time of year particularly. Like them in the 60s and 50s if you can get them, and we will tomorrow. We're watching an east wind at about 6. That'll be switching more to the north direction as we head into the next 24. Today, kind of similar to yesterday, another warm, hot afternoon. We'll see temperatures again climb well above average, up into the mid to upper 80s, 84 degrees by 3 p.m. I think we'll probably top it out at around 85, 86 degrees for a daytime high. We'll have about a 10% chance of an inland shower a little bit later on this afternoon. Again, we'll develop that sea breeze a little later on, keeping the coast a tad bit cooler, but inland areas warmer. Not much in the way of any kind of issues across the region currently. Again, like the last several days, we have a frontal boundary kind of stalled out and meandering back to the north of us and also back to the west. We'll watch that area of low pressure kind of team up with another system that's sinking southward through parts of the deep south right now, producing a little bit of rain shower activity around the Atlanta airport and perhaps some severe weather back to the west as well along the tail end of the front. But the thing is, for us, we'll probably not see a lot of rainfall associated with this next front that limps through here tomorrow because of this dry air indicated here by TAM. It's really pouring in, and what it will do will be to limit the amount of available moisture for producing rain showers once these two fronts team up. There's some cool air back behind that secondary front back to the west, and it will eventually give this stalled out front the bump it needs to finally work its way through here. And that'll come in probably tomorrow afternoon, start to see some of that drier air filter in, and you'll really notice the difference. I think it won't be dramatic, but it'll be around. Next week, another front will be advancing. That has some significantly cooler air behind it, and that one you will not be able to miss. So we'll watch a sun cloud mix for today, still warm, similar to yesterday, but then cooler on Saturday with that drier air making the relative humidities in the afternoon feel a little bit more comfortable. So the forecast kind of shaping up like this for beach and boating today. Not too bad. Southeast wind comes in at about 5 to 10, becoming westerly at about 5 in the afternoon. Light chop on bay and inland waters. Boaters, watch that wind tomorrow. It could be just a little bit brisk. 87 degrees today. Tomorrow we'll go with about 84. On Veterans Day, we're looking for an 83-degree temperature. Should be nice, but the humidity will start to return on Sunday. You'll notice it on Monday for sure, with a few more clouds around again, the chance of showers. A stronger front arrives on Tuesday. That one could produce some morning and afternoon showers with about a 50% chance, but it has the colder air behind it. And on Wednesday and Thursday, we lower the temperatures into the 70s. So it looks like it's going to finish up next week with some beautiful weather. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. You're seeing some usual slowdown on US 301 as you're heading southbound near State Road 70. And we're still following that accident on I-75 southbound. That's at the US 301 exit in Ellington. Does not appear to be causing any slowdowns at this hour, but we'll continue to follow that throughout the morning. As we head into Sarasota County, some slight slowdown on Fruitville Road as you're heading eastbound toward the interstate. Other than that, nothing major to report. And in southern Sarasota County, it's all clear at 5:15 on your Friday morning. Happening today, professional sand sculptors from across the world will hit the beach on the Suncoast for the 2018 Siesta Key Crystal Classic.
Let's go there live. We're joined now by Eileen Parkinson, who set her alarm early for us. Eileen, I know you and your husband Robert are very involved every year. Why is this festival so important for you?
Oh, it's so important because it is such a wonderful demonstration of how a community comes together and works together to create something that is so special for everyone who attends. And I encourage everyone to come out today to see our sculptures that are beginning to take form, and come out tomorrow and Sunday when they will be completed by noontime on Sunday. It is quite a festival. We have wonderful music for everyone to enjoy. Last year we had people dancing in the sand as well as over where our bands are. There is so much for the entire family to do.
These sandcastles are so impressive. How do they withstand weather, the rain, possible wind, anything like that? How do these sandcastles stay standing up through all of that?
Well, you're right. This sand is special because it is just about 100% quartz. It's 99+% quartz. And quartz is nothing more than glass. And what happens when you wet glass? It sticks together. And that's why our artists from all over the world want to come and mold and work with this sand, because it is so wonderful to carve. They can get such detail where some other places in the world they're not able to get this kind of detail that our sand provides.
It seems like a few years ago, Eileen, this shifted from just the sand sculptures to more of a party atmosphere. You've got live entertainment and music. It's a whole new world out there this year, isn't it?
Yes, as I said, there's something for everyone. It's certainly coming out and appreciating the great artistic endeavors of our artists, but we have top bands from the local area, from Tampa area. We have sand sculpting lessons for people of all ages. Tomorrow we'll have an amateur contest for people, and we have 4 different categories: children, adults, families, groups, and that is judged by our sand artists, so that's very exciting. And we have people calling all the time saying, can we be part of this amateur contest? So we also have what we call the quicksand speed sculpting contest, where 2 of our sculptors will compete against each other. They're given 5-gallon buckets of sand, and the audience will determine what they have to carve. And they have 5 minutes, I believe, to do that carving, and then the audience will judge who won. One year we had a young woman from Czechoslovakia as our sculptor, and another sand sculptor, but the audience wanted a carving of Abraham Lincoln and she just had to guess at who Abraham Lincoln was. But it's a lot of fun for everyone.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Eileen. We'll check in with you a little bit later here on Good Morning Suncoast. Can't wait to learn more about the Crystal Classic. ABC 7 is teaming up with Gettle Automotive to celebrate teachers in our community. We're calling them the Chalkboard Champions. We asked the community to nominate their favorite teacher. Then we select 2 winners for Sarasota and Manatee County each month.
And this month's Chalkboard Champion is Kayla Conley of Northport. Our Jacqueline Matter has her story.
Good afternoon. Are you Miss Conley?
I am Mrs. Conley.
I am Jacqueline Matter, and with ABC 7 and Gettle Automotive, we wanted to award you with our Chalkboard Champion of the Month for everything you do for our students here in Sarasota County.
I don't know what to say.
For many teachers, including Kayla Conley, spending much of their own money for classroom and student needs is unavoidable.
It is very hard to be able to give these guys the best that I can with the little bit of money that I have extra left over between my family and everything. So anything I do have extra, I give back to them.
Conley's fellow teacher says it's her love of teaching and commitment to her students that makes her stand out.
She is somebody that the other teachers can really go to when they need help.
A skill Conley has mastered as she's found creative and inventive ways to teach her students.
She's incredibly thrifty. She makes the most of the resources that she has. So this is awesome that she got this prize money because she's going to be able to do a lot with it.
I reached out to some of my friends and they have sponsored a child in my class to help them get books every single month.
Conley says the money she has won will go right back to her students.
Going to be going towards reading and math, probably some STEM things for my kids.
Because for Conley, teaching her first grade students to read is what matters most.
I struggled as a reader when I was a kid, and I had an amazing set of teachers that helped me learn to read. And that's part of the reason I became a teacher, is I had amazing teachers, and I want these guys to get the best that they can.
In Northport, Jacqueline Matter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll give you a first look at some of the deepest discounts coming up on Black Friday at the hottest stores of the year.
And next half hour, we'll tell you why Democrats are calling for Jeff Sessions' replacement to step down as acting Attorney General. It's 5:21. Here's a live shot right now of the U.S. Capitol in Washington. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Watch Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Premieres September 8th.
Me, pick me. Oh, come on, man. Oh, man, I love technology. Hey, yo, check out my new phone. Look at this right here. For years, the DeSoto Club has needed improvements. Join me and Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County as we raise money to build a brand new facility. It will be bigger and better, just like it was 40 years ago when I attended. Invest in kids, build great futures.
Pets bring so much joy to our lives. They're loyal, they're protective, and smart. Yet as smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves, especially in the event of a natural disaster. During Hurricane Harvey, many families were separated from their pets. That's why it's important your pet is part of your family's disaster preparedness plan. Talk to your veterinarian and visit banfieldfoundation.org/disaster. Don't save it for a rainy day.
Welcome back. We're getting our first look at some of the deep discounts coming on Black Friday this year.
Here's today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Black Friday deals.
Black Friday is still 2 weeks away, but some retailers have already unveiled their discounts. Best Buy will have deals on Apple products like iPads, the MacBook Pro, and the Apple Watch. And Walmart is already offering discounts on TVs and laptops. Well, Facebook is expanding its dating app.
Yeah, Facebook Dating launched in Colombia 2 months ago for testing. It's now rolling out in Canada and in Thailand. No word when or if the Facebook dating app will come to the U.S. The digital footprint for kids is getting started even before they're born.
A new study finds before a child becomes a teenager, their parents have posted 1,300 pictures and videos of them online, and that includes the ultrasound. The study also found children get their first social media account by 11 years old.
Absolutely amazing. Those are your Tech Bites.
I was on the fence about changing from a manual to an electric toothbrush, but my hygienist said going electric could lead to way cleaner teeth. She said get the one inspired by dentists, with the round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's gentle rounded brush head removes more plaque along the gum line for cleaner teeth and healthier gums. And unlike Sonicare, Oral-B is the first electric toothbrush brand accepted by the ADA for its effectiveness and safety.
What an amazing clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Join us for Star Money Days during Macy's Veterans Day sale. Star Rewards members get $10 in Star Money when you shop. Use Star Money with no merchandise exclusions. Now at Macy's.
Gentle means everything, so we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, added one-handed pumps, and beat the top safety standards. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Mascara adds depth to the eyes. Lipstick gives the mouth color and definition. And ALS paralyzes the body.
You look great, Mom. Thank you.
Slowly taking away the ability to move and eventually breathe.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
I am the resident district manager
on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Coming up, we'll tell you why Democrats are calling for Jeff Sessions' replacement to step down as acting Attorney General.
Plus, why Governor Scott's Senate campaign is filing lawsuits against 2 Florida counties, the latest on some races going through recounts.
And we'll tell you why F-15 fighter jets were spotted flying over SRQ. Those stories, plus your first alert forecast coming up this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone. For those of you just joining us, we've made it to the end of the week. It's Friday.
What a week it is. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're with us. Let's get to the forecast now from First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions across the Suncoast. Temperatures are generally running in the low to mid 70s most everywhere. Cooper in central Sarasota, our youngest weather watcher, has 73 degrees. Scott in Pinecraft has 72, and Jeff in Laurel Park 73. That represents about a degree or 2 cooler in some locations, mostly north. Below what we had 24 hours ago, and to the south of us a little bit warmer. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Let's check the traffic now. First alert traffic in Manatee County. We'll find out that there's a little bit of a problem up there at I-75 at the Ellenton exit. Southbound, an accident there. You don't see any residual delays, but if you're coming south from northern Manatee County, be aware of that. Farther south, some issues there on Fruitville Road in the eastbound lane as you cross over Beneva. And then farther south, there's the scene, South County, all clear at 5:31 on this Friday morning. New developments out of Washington, where sources say Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker will not recuse himself from overseeing the Russia investigation.
ABC's Candace Gibson explains what this could mean for the search for a permanent replacement to Jeff Sessions.
Multiple sources tell ABC News the acting Attorney General, Matt Whitaker, will not recuse himself from overseeing the Russia investigation as it looks into potential coordination between Russia and the president's campaign. The president appointed Whitaker after the firing of Jeff Sessions 1 day after the midterm elections. Last night, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi criticized the appointment, saying Whitaker should not be overseeing the investigation because he has not been confirmed by the Senate.
I don't say it's a constitutional crisis quite yet, but it's a perilous time. Should the president go to Rosenstein or Mueller or something like that, it'll be even worse. So this is a very important moment.
Before joining the Trump administration last fall, Whitaker made his views on that investigation pretty clear.
The truth is there was no collusion with the Russians in the Trump campaign.
And here's Whitaker on whether the president obstructed justice.
There is no criminal obstruction of justice charge to be had here. There's just the evidence is weak. No reasonable prosecutor would bring a case on what we know right now.
Whitaker is now the acting attorney general until a permanent replacement is confirmed. He could be on the job until next summer, according to ABC's Jonathan Carl.
Under a law called the Vacancies Act, Whitaker can remain the acting attorney general for up to 7 months. And he is running the department at a critical time. ABC News has learned that special counsel Robert Mueller is in the process of writing his final report.
As acting attorney general, Whitaker would decide whether that final report is made public. The president's short list of candidates for attorney general could come from Trump's inner circle. They include Whitaker himself, Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani, and Chris Christie, now an ABC News contributor who ran the Trump transition during the campaign. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
President Trump is said to be considering Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi to replace Jeff Sessions. Bondi wasn't able to run again due to term limits. She's a former prosecutor from Tampa. Also, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is under consideration as well. No comment, though, from Christie, from Bondi, or from the White House.
And peaceful protests popped up around the country last night in support of the Robert Mueller probe, including one at the Bayfront in downtown Sarasota. Our crews were at the scene moments after the Nobody is Above the Law rally began. The event comes the day after President Trump fired Sessions and appointed acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker to the post. Protesters are calling for Whitaker to recuse himself from overseeing the Russia investigation and give control back to the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Many also voiced concerns that Whitaker may have potential conflicts of interest, especially in light of his attacks on the investigation.
Developing overnight, Governor Rick Scott's campaign for Senate is filing lawsuits against two Florida counties, Broward and Palm Beach, over the results of his Senate race. Now, that race is one of the three crucial elections right now across Florida, still undecided. Scott appeared to have beat incumbent Bill Nelson by less than 0.25% in the midterms earlier this week, and by law, that narrow victory automatically triggers a recount. But the supervisor of elections says some voters across the state have reported that their votes were never counted. In Broward County alone, more than 4,000 ballots were reportedly not counted.
The people of Florida deserve fairness and transparency, and the supervisors are failing to give it to us. Every Floridian should be concerned there may be rampant fraud happening in Palm Beach and Broward counties.
At the same time, there's a recount now for Florida's governor's seat. Ron DeSantis appeared to have beat Andrew Gillum by less than 0.5%. In a Facebook Live video, Gillum had this to say.
We're hopeful that every single vote will be counted in this race, and that way that all of us can walk away feeling extremely confident about what each and every one of us did.
And in the close election for Agriculture Commissioner, Democrat Nikki Fried has just now pulled ahead of Republican Matt Caldwell by about 600 votes. That means a manual recount there. The deadline for all 67 Florida counties to submit their first set of unofficial returns is tomorrow at noon.
Outdated federal law.
And by the way, Fried will be our guest tonight at 7 o'clock on ABC 7.
While some of us may be experiencing voter fatigue after the election earlier this week, there's one group that can't wait for their first chance to go to the polls in coming years. We spoke to one Floridian with a felony conviction who expressed his gratitude for his restored right to vote. Florida was just one of 4 states that didn't automatically restore voting rights after felons completed their sentence, but 64% of people who showed up to the polls thought that needed to change.
Living with a felony conviction, that's a stigmatizing identity, and it is one that bars access to certain jobs. It is one that carries a sense of distrust whenever this identity comes to light. But knowing that people are willing to grant the second chance, it makes having this identity a little less scary when it comes down to my future growth.
The amendment, which was supported by people on both sides of the aisle, automatically goes into place, but it does not apply to those convicted of murder or sex offenses.
Looking ahead, Senator Marco Rubio's Gulf Coast office will hold office hours in Lakewood Ranch next week. Staff will be at the Manatee Chamber of Commerce McClure Center from 1 to 5 on Tuesday. This is an opportunity for constituents to meet local staff. It also gives them the chance to receive help with federal agency issues such as Social Security, Medicare, or the VA.
An update now on an officer-involved shooting earlier this week in Charlotte County. We're learning the identity of the man who threatened deputies outside a Port Charlotte McDonald's. They tell us 72-year-old George Smith of Arcadia was acting erratically when they arrived to the McDonald's parking lot, even threatening to shoot them. Deputies ordered Smith to drop his weapon and also tried to disarm him, shooting him 3 times with a less lethal shotgun. Smith was hit twice but wasn't phased and instead raised his rifle, when the deputies opened fire. Smith's family initially told investigators he was depressed and talked of suicide. The case is still under investigation, and we will continue to update you as we get more information.
An escaped inmate from Ohio was found in Venice yesterday. Police say this man, 30-year-old Christopher Toll, slipped out of the Adams County Jail near Cincinnati. Detectives were investigating a car theft yesterday when the 4 inside suddenly got out of the car and ran off. 3 were captured, but Toll escaped. He's good at that. He was caught later in the afternoon. Police say he has a history of burglary and theft. Northport police arrested 4 people involved in a drug operation allegedly called Spice Baby. Investigators recovered over 150 bags of synthetic cannabinoids, or spice, at a home on Kenwood Drive. They also found 2 guns and a large amount of cash. Police say Devin Ford, Barbara Adams, Matthew Scholes, and Christina Supperent are facing charges, including possession with intent to sell and selling within 1,000 feet of a place of worship.
The cycling community on the Suncoast is demanding change after one of 4 bike riders hit by a car last week passed away. The other 3 are still recovering from their injuries. The accident happened at the intersection of Center Road and Rockley Boulevard, where there are now calls to change the speed limit.
And we try very hard to find paths that don't interfere with cars, but this time of year we have a lot of northerners that come down. They haven't seen the construction changes going on. They're confused by the roads. Our speed limits are sometimes too fast. We've got several roads that are still 45 miles an hour going back and forth between the coast and 75 that need to be reduced to 35 because there's just too much traffic on them now and there's not enough time for people to react.
Sarasota County Commissioners say they will be looking into changing the speed limit on Center Road and will discuss other options at an upcoming meeting.
Caught on camera, you might have seen the military jets flying near SRQ yesterday. Several viewers sent us videos like this one. The manager of operations at the airport says that they were F-15s running drills on their way to South Florida. The airport says military pilots have to practice operating and landing at unfamiliar airports, and as a public airport, SRQ lets government aircrafts use their facility.
Happening today, it's not too late to help feed the hungry and enjoy a hot meal of your own at the second day of Empty Bowls Luncheon, hosted by Meals on Wheels. Volunteers served up good food for a good cause yesterday at the event's first day in Bradenton. Restaurants from across the Suncoast will be on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch today, providing a variety of soups to choose from as they continue to raise money for the food bank of Manatee County. It all starts at 11 a.m. and ticket prices start at $30.
It'll be a nice day outside there for that on Main Street. Nice venue, Main Street, Lakewood Ranch. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll tell you why a federal judge is stepping in to block construction of the Keystone Pipeline.
And Christmas in November? We'll tell you why local businesses are putting up winter holiday decorations just days after Halloween.
5:41 right now, Friday morning. Glad you're with us. There's a shot of the downtown skyline. As far as the weather goes today, for that, here's meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, so it looks pretty good for us today. We'll have very little rain chance through the morning commute into the afternoon, and even the drive home should be relatively rain-free, with a high temperature again warm coming in at around mid-80s, probably around 85, 86 degrees for a daytime high, maybe even a little warmer. School bus forecast is good. Pick up 74, drop off 86. We'll be right back with the weather.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature comes in at 73 degrees. We have a dew point value, warm as well, coming in at 72, making it feel kind of sticky out there with 96% relative humidity. Clear skies for the most part. A little bit cooler this morning by a degree or two in most places. East wind blows at about 6. That east wind will be turning as we head into the next 24 hours to a north wind, drawing down some drier air that'll make the weekend feel more comfortable, at least for about half the weekend. So we'll watch our temperatures continually climb up to about 80 degrees, 82 by around 12 noon. Then as we head into the afternoon, we'll continue to warm, 84 degrees by 3 p.m., probably topping it out at about 85, 86, maybe 87 degrees. I'll go with 87 degrees. And then as we head into the evening, about a 10% chance of a shower. Those will be mostly inland as we develop a sea breeze that pushes everything east of the interstate. Across the region right now, everything is quiet. We're not seeing any rainfall building for the morning commute, just as we have over the last several mornings. Our rains, if we get any, will wait until the later afternoon. And we'll probably see a few, probably less than yesterday, because we do have some drier air beginning to move in. It's reduced the rainfall amounts to the north of us along that frontal boundary that kind of meanders. A low pressure area building along that front is producing some scattered showers just around, well, just to the south of Pensacola. To the north of that, another frontal boundary producing rain showers really all the way from Brownsville, Texas, all the way to the coastline of the Delmarva. We'll continue to watch this area of low pressure sink southward, that frontal boundary that's producing those rains, and give us a little bit cooler weather for the weekend. It should be nice. That dry air indicated by 10 continues to filter in with the low pressure area and its frontal boundary sinking southward. A secondary front with some cooler air will kind of team up with that and push through the area on Saturday. Limp through the area, I should say, on Saturday. It won't be a huge difference in the temperatures, but it will drop them probably around 5 degrees, which is significant. You'll feel that. And the lower relative humidity will also make it feel more comfortable in the afternoon. The front itself kind of stalls out just to our south, so this is not a quick shot of cool air that really is noticeable. That comes later in the week, I think, with another blast of colder air that'll lower our temperature, not 4 or 5 degrees, but 10 or 12 degrees, and that certainly will lead to some cooler night times. Sun cloud mix for today, still warm today, but the cooler Saturday weather comes in with dry air, making it feel a little bit more comfortable for Saturday. That air kind of turns a little bit more moist as we head into Sunday, so it's a short event, this one. Southeast wind at 5 to 10, turning west at about 5 knots as we catch that sea breeze in the afternoon. 2-foot seas, light chop. So here's your forecast. Today we start off with a temperature that's warm. Same thing tomorrow morning, but then we start to cool off pretty rapidly. We'll go to a daytime high of about 84. On Sunday, the moisture begins to return, and then on Monday and Tuesday, cloud up a little bit as that next front with the cold air comes and lowers our temperatures really a lot more dramatically into the lower 70s with nighttime lows in the 50s. Back to you.
Taking a look at First Alert traffic now. We begin in Manatee County, where we still are following that accident on I-75 southbound at the US 301 exit 224. Does not appear to be causing any delays yet this morning as we head south into northern Sarasota County. Your usual delays on US 301, US 41, nothing major to report. As we head further south into southern Sarasota County, it's all clear at 5:48 on your Friday morning. We're getting an update now on the search for a teen abducted from her North Carolina home. The FBI says they've just found the stolen van she was forced into, but they're still looking for her. Police say 13-year-old Hania Aguilar was kidnapped just feet from her front door of her house while she was waiting to go to school. Now, according to the 911 caller who says they saw this all happen, Aguilar was taken by someone dressed in all black wearing a yellow bandana over their face. Police are offering up to $15,000 for any information that may lead to her.
Developing overnight, a federal judge is blocking construction of that Keystone oil pipeline from Canada to Texas. The ruling says the Trump administration violated environmental laws when it approved a permit for the pipeline. The court ordered an updated environmental impact statement before moving forward. Now, that pipeline would transport oil from Canada's tar sands 1,200 miles south to refineries on the Gulf Coast. The White House is appealing that judge's ruling. On to consumer news now. Just like that, it seems the holiday season is upon us.
It is, Ray.
Not quite, not till Christmas Eve.
Our Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom to tell us how UTC is getting in the holiday spirit. Marla.
Hey, Jess and Ray, it's never too early to start decorating for the holidays. In fact, 1.5 million holiday lights will be turned on at UTC Mall later on today. The big question, though, is whether or not it's too early to start decorating for the holidays when we're just starting the month. Now, UTC Mall, which is already fully decorated, by the way, managers there tell us turning the mall lights on and turning the mall into a winter wonderland isn't unusual for them to do around this time of the year. The mall's general manager says this year they started preparing and decorating as early as August.
Well, I can tell you that it's a significant undertaking. It does take a few dollars and hundreds, probably thousands of man hours by the time you plan in all the planning that we start, the large-scale crews that it takes to wrap all the Christmas lights, the Santa set decor, and then just really the holidays on the green is a whole undertaking all in itself, because if you remember, just 3 short weeks ago, that was a dirt mud pit that was a construction site for the building next door where we were storing materials. So it's a significant undertaking, but it's well worth it.
And the mall's general manager tells us it's also well worth it for retail stores, as decorations serve as an attraction for shoppers where they'll come in and then spend money for the holidays. Now, again, UTC plan to kick off the holiday season starting tonight with those lights going up, as well as ice skating and also snow tubing and an appearance by Santa, followed by fireworks. Jess and Ray.
All right, Marla, thank you. We'll be right back with your top headlines, but first,
here's a live look at the Siesta Key Classic. Goes on today until Monday. We'll have a live interview next hour right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwell's. at Einstein's. At FAU, I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Here are the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
An escaped prison inmate from Cincinnati was rearrested in Venice. This man, 30-year-old Christopher Toll, was being held on burglary and theft charges.
Plus, Governor Scott is calling for law enforcement to investigate voter fraud. Scott announcing that he has filed a lawsuit against Broward and Palm Beach counties for allegedly not meeting the state deadline of 7:30 p.m. on election night to report early and mail ballot totals.
And did you see this? The military used the Sarasota Bradenton Airport to practice takeoffs and landings yesterday. A viewer sent us some video of the fighter jets testing unfamiliar airports. Let's get to the forecast now from John Scalzi.
I'm sorry I missed that. That would have been exciting. So on your boards today are three things. The weather continues to be warm today and sunny. We'll have some late day isolated showers inland, but tomorrow slightly cooler and drier air moves in. We'll look for also another cooler front to arrive next week. We'll be talking about that in detail in the next half hour. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Final peek now at the Siesta Key Crystal Classic this hour, going on today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday on Siesta Key Beach.
And it appears that the weather, according to John Scalzi, will be nice for that. I can't wait to get out there and look at some of those sand castles.
Oh, they're more than castles. they are
sculptures.
Elaborate sculptures with artists from around the world. $10 admission for adults, $5 for kids. We'll talk to one of the organizers next hour, in hour number 2 of Good Morning Suncoast, right here on ABC 7.